like it where it comes down like this. Even though it did not go the way that I wanted it to straight, but if I put the little dent in there. And you could, not only that, not only is this going to be not straight across, but you could certainly have it wavy too. Again, I'm just trying to keep it a little simple. Okay, and staying with here. Now this, I don't have to worry too much about cleaning because when we put the steps in, it's going to be another mess there. I'll just give it a quickie here. So it just won't bother me while I look at it. Okay, now, there's your rough out right there. I like to have it kind of round. You can have it square, you can have a box shape, you can have it round, you can have it any way you want. Or any way the gnome wants. Now it's pencil time. I just want to get a feel for things here. And of course still knife time too. Knife and pencil. Okay, let's put a door in. And of course it's not too perfect. Then I'll put the eaves on it. Go way out, so you're making this large T. Now this is pencil, so we can erase if we don't like it. Here's the, I got the panel for the door, holding the door. So I think it might be a little too big, but now I'm going to add this little beam up here. So I like to go from this end to this end. And then we're going to, this beam is going to come out, and then we're going to go dig a little deeper down in here. Let's just put a little, what we're going to put in the windows, and we could just kind of have it as, I would call it suggested type of windows. In other words, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to put in windows so we can have a feel as to where they're going to go. Same with this side here. I'll do a simple one of these here on this side. Let's see if I have enough to have more than 3 windows. I'm not sure. Or I could probably just do, if I go across that way, then, all right, there's 4. So that's what I got. You do want a door, some windows, don't have to be square, perfect. All right, now this is a part now that I like to do. Before you start doing detailing here, I like to start on this end and start carving it out, because we want this to be carved out so we can get to the windows. And the reason why is because if you could put all these details in and you got your hand on it and then you're carving away, you might end up breaking it. That's why I like to just at least get it started. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't want it to be too close either, because there's still more detailing to do, and you're gonna cut deeper in. And this is the way I like to do it, because I have before in the past cut away and, let's clean this a little bit, cut away and broke things off. So if you can just get it started. Get it all nice and clean. Oh, what's this here? Some kind of egg there. Oh, it's probably some kind of bird poop or something. I don't know. I'll have to scrub that or rub that or something. Now, if you ever take bark and you want to put it on the bandsaw, make sure you got your respirator on, because this is not good to be putting in the dust to be putting in your lungs. I'll tell you that. I did it once and I regretted it, but I'm to the point where I'll never do that again. Okay, get that out of here. Now we want, oh, I got to reach down for my tools here and get a nice sort of a larger number 9. And I might want to put my chisel glove on, I might. Now we want to be not careful, but we want to watch. Here's where all the holes are going to be. So we want to carve here. We want to do that for the holes for sure. But if you want to, you could still cut some up here a little bit, and then some down here a little bit to make it a little lighter for the tree. Oh, careful, don't break it. See, that's what I did here. Okay, here goes some super chiseling. Now, I don't want to get too close to the side here. One of the things that I've goofed up many times is I would come close to this side right here and here. And then when I'm cutting all this thing in, it'll cut through, and we don't want that. This way. And I want to be careful when you're lightening up on this side here. You want to make sure you understand where everything is, all the dents there. And so I'm not going to cut too deep here. And we don't have to be too pretty with this. Sometimes I get to be too pretty. And you don't want to go crazy either. And all right, let's clean that up to see where we're at. Get my finger out of the way. Saw that chisel coming. Like I said, we're just getting started, and you want to go about a 1/2 inch thick. So that's about a 1/2 inch between this side here. That's what you want to get down to, about 1/2 inch here. And we're going to do next after this is we're going to drill holes. In fact, I'm going to turn the camera off, go downstairs and drill. I mean, it's a matter of drilling. And then we'll come back and thin this out just a little bit more. We got more. You got a little too deep on that. Maybe just one more slash. And we got almost all the rough out stuff done. And it sure got a lot lighter, that's for sure. Maybe I'll just cut just a few more. Pay attention. See, I think, yeah, you see this line right here? That's why I want to stay away from that. Just like pretend like that's not there, or actually the bark is not there. So obviously you don't want to go too far to the edge. There's this side, and then on this side here, and there's, like I said, there's going to be more. When you drill your holes in, you could see through the holes how deep it is, and that will help you gauge about how close you're going to get. So like I said, the windows are just, shall we say, it's just enough for where we're going to punch holes in. And then you could shape after that. Okay, I'm going to shut this down, take my gloves off, I'm going to go drill, and I'll be right back. So here's how we are at so far. Okay, I'm back, and I drilled some holes. Now the diameter of the hole is, well, depending on how big you want the window, and make sure the diameter isn't too big. Now here's a good example of, see how I kind of got off a little bit, but that's okay. Now, one of the paranoias things that I have, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, it's never happened to me, but when you drill holes like this, when you're going to make a square or 4 or 6. I always like to drill on the outside ones first, because if you drill on the inside, well, when you drill, you're going to put some pressure down on the drill, and if you drill here and you put a lot of pressure here, this could break. But it's never happened, and well, that's because I've always done it this way, and I could be wrong, but there you are. Okay, there's the holes. Now I look in there. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see how deep or how thick this is by looking through the holes? Well, I can, and you can on yours, to tell you that you can go a little deeper. Again, I'm being careful over here, or trying to be careful. I'll probably forget. Probably don't need to have my glove, my chisel glove on yet. Oh, it's getting there. It's pretty thin. So I'm happy there. Oh, that's pretty thick here. It's really thick. And you can still cut the holes. Sometimes I've done that. I've cut the holes and cut in the holes and square it up and chisel after too. Because you don't want to be too thin, because when you're going to be cleaning these window sills out, you don't want to break. And that's what I did with this one here. I don't know if you could see it. See, when you cut, you got to be careful how you cut here, because you might break this off, and that's what happened here. Let's go on this side, see. And I thought, well, that window, that's still an okay window as is, but I don't want to have it like that. So I kind of recovered a little bit. So let's get this cleaned out a little bit here. That's still pretty thick. Careful. Okay, I think that's probably thin enough to start working. Well, actually, you don't know until you really get the knife in there. I'm going to start making some squares here. The little chip cuts. Let's see if we can get this close up here. And I'm going to try to turn a square hole into a round hole into a square hole. Actually, I'm going to try to bring it up to the lens, and then I have got to go back a little bit because my lens is kind of unfocused here. Be very careful. Like I was mentioning about, you want to cut so far. You want to cut to that corner. And I like to start with the bottoms first. I do feel that a little. You can make the shape and size, whatever's good for you, whatever's good for the gnome.